Joining me today on the Day for Freedom, I have Shona Stewart, the founder of Setting the Captives Free. Thank you, Shona, for joining me today.
Thank you, Sylvia, for having me.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure. I would love to start off with, for those who don't know, just in a nutshell, what is Setting the Captives Free and what is the Overflow?
Okay, so Setting the Captives Free is a nonprofit charity that empowers women who have been exploited or trafficked to gain freedom in their trauma. Basically, with the four core elements I work on is your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And we have a store to help the women either get some job skills, and hopefully it will eventually, help us with some funding and things like that. Yeah.
That is wonderful. So, what is the Overflow type of store and where are you located?
All right. The Overflow is a women's boutique thrift store, and it is at Unit 1433 River Avenue. And we take donations of women's clothing and accessories. And we're
Lovely.
looking for volunteers.
Oh, perfect. Okay, we'll let people know that. Absolutely. So I would love for you to share a little bit more. Like you offer this store, so you sell these things, then you offer for some of these women who are coming out of exploitation to volunteer, to be a part of that. You also offer courses for women. Is that right?
I do. Yes. So it's interesting. Like the store has been like on Selkirk Avenue. It has also been an avenue for which we randomly have women walk in who disclose that they've been in or are in the sex trade. That's their words. And so when they come in, I tell them, first off, you can, if you need clothing or whatever, I can help you, food, things like that. But I also created a trauma wellness program for them, and it's got 8 different workbooks and workshops that I do working on their relapse prevention, motivation, stress management, communication, conflict resolution, cognitive behavioral therapy, trauma. And so I offer that. I offer them counseling. I offer them, we have church on Sundays for the women. Yeah, so right now that's what we're doing. I also had a program I used to run called Pearl for women, with just exiting. And it just deals with that type of issues they have, because it's like an onion. There's many
Layers.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate all that you do. When it comes to this sort of work, it is not an easy road. If you don't mind, we would love to know what got you into this line of work where you're helping others.
Okay, well, pretty much, I was in the sex trade for 16 years, and my mom was dying of lung cancer. She said, please get out. And I did, and moved to Victoria to look after her. Met a neighbor. They took me to Alpha. I'm just giving you the quick version. And I became a Christian and found out Jesus loves prostitutes, and I stuck with him since 1998. And here I am because he's called me to be here in Winnipeg. I mean, I come from Victoria, BC, did my education at Briarcrest in Saskatchewan, and here I am in Winnipeg.
Well, you are helping set the captives free. It is such a beautiful ministry and way to give back. And so incredible that okay, I've been in your shoes. Let's talk this through and know that you are so very cherished for more than your body, your soul. You were made by a creator, right? I love the stuff that you do. It's great.
I tell them all the time that they have intrinsic worth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I would love to know, Shona, what is your hope for this Day for Freedom?
The Day for Freedom is, obviously, it's an awareness day, right? The thing is, awareness, once you're aware of something, you need to do something. Now, people can say, what can I do? You can pray. I mean, everybody can pray, right? And I say pray for the end of demand. We were just at a big conference here on ending demand with the police and things, and it is not being addressed globally. It's not in the protocol. of human trafficking, and how do they get in? Yeah, you're coerced a lot of times, especially here in Manitoba. You are more likely not to be forced, but some are. That young woman that walked in and talked to me, she said she was brought into it by a family member here when she was 12. So you got to understand, it starts from when they're young a lot of the times here. It might start from drugs. People coerce them or force them. Drug people here, the gangs and stuff, force them into it. So it happens in your backyard. You got to know this. If the demand wasn't there, though, like you say, end trafficking, that's not going to happen until Jesus comes back, because it's not just about the traffickers. It's about the people who are buying the sex from young girls and women. They both need help. And so that's what we got to pray on, is these things that are core to it. Yes, awareness, pray for that. Pray for all the victims. Pray for those who work with them. Pray for, the big thing with all ministries is the finances to continue to do the work that they do. Pray for that, or if people can give your time, give your finances, your tithes, whatever. That's what I would say to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Praying for the Johns to have a change of heart and realize the trauma, the detrimental act that they're participating in constantly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because when I did John schools, they, some of them just didn't have a clue. They really didn't. And we were discussing that at the conference. It's like there's better ways to do these John schools, but that's the only way that it's going to be dealt with, because sadly there's no money in the police funding to have a special unit for that, right? So they can do a sting, but after that it's like, is it in the police budget? Is it in their police time? Is it in the court's best interest? Those are things that are really sadly unavailable because of the funding lack in that area, right? So we've got that. But these John schools, there should be more of them. Like, at least if the police can do these stings while, and then go to the John school, they have to pay money to do that. They only get one chance. It's so much bigger than just, okay, let's have awareness and let's end it. How, right? It takes many people to do, what is needed to be done.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to encourage our listeners to not only pray, to become aware, and then to act and ask God what they can do in that action to help this, because it will take a village. It will take all of us doing our part. So thank you, Shona, so much. Is there anything else you wanted to share this morning?
Oh, I was told to share about the auction coming up. We have offered up prizes for the Overflow Women's Boutique Thrift Store. So you can always bid on that auction there, and then you'll be able to come in and shop and bring clothes as well. So that would be, I just want to finish with something one of the girls wrote here. She's been working and getting help from me for 13 years. She's now 7 years clean and sober, and she has a job and a wonderful life. She continues to she, as in me, she's talking about, continues to support me in my recovery from exploitation and addiction and mentorship, food, church, and even being a constant person who I can always come to no matter what. And that's so beautiful, right? And that's the thing. Offer them unconditional love, right? And don't expect things. Just hope and pray. So finish with that.
So
Thank
beautiful.
you.